What up, everyone? How's it going? Yeah, I know I don't normally stream on Wednesdays, but I just saw something and I just needed to talk about it. So we'll be live in just a few moments because this is a whole new level of stupid. In fact, I actually feel dumber for reading it. All right, let's go live. All right, how's it going, folks? How's it going? I could not believe it, right? I could not believe what I saw just now. Like, there is no way that the internet is this has degraded itself to this level. There is no way. There is no way that the internet has degraded itself to this level. How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another stream. This will probably be a lot shorter stream than normal because Wednesday isn't a normal day I stream, but man, I saw this and I was like, holy, oh my god. There is like there isn't a world that I can live in where I can actually believe that this is true. Hey, PS5 blows, how's it going? Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. This just like it was like, what? No way. No way. There's nothing like this. I can't believe it. Before we get to the main story, I thought we'd cover some of the cool stuff from Palworld. If you haven't seen this yet, they've actually got an early access roadmap out of stuff that they're looking to bring in before we get to the main story. But they're bringing new islands, pals, bosses, technologies, PvP, crossplay with Steam, raid bosses, improvements to building systems, PAL Arena for PvP with the pals, server transfers and migration, various bug fixes, but no PS5 port. So that is what they're bringing. Hey, Sanchezmtz Gaming. Still waiting for you to join my Discord, dude. I take it you don't want to join my Discord, dude. But how's it going, buddy? So this is kind of cool. This is cool. You can see that they've like see Steam Xbox crossplay. So for those people that were saying that the Xbox version isn't ever going to be working with PC, think again, buddies. But no, that was bad. I don't know if you saw this in my latest video. I showcased this. So K-Med over here decided to reach out to Alex's good friend Gina ZJW, and this is what Gina had to say. Thanks for the screenshot. I don't know this person. Do it now. Do it now, Sanchez. Do it now. Now's like a perfect time. But all this talk about this Alex guy talking about how, you know, this Jingwen is a good friend of his, a good buddy, a good pal, a close friend. And she just outright turned around and said, I don't even know this creep. He can get the fuck out of here. And that's bad. She's like, nope, I don't know this freak, man. Get him away from me. This guy has like literally hit an all-time low. Hey, Alpha One. So you got a PC gamer over here decided that they would jump into the fray, and I thought this was bad, right? I thought this was bad. Palworld could be a delight if it wasn't for so invested in being awful. So let's think about all the MMOs that actually have you slaughtering animals at the very beginning. Almost every game I can think of that's an RPG has you slaughtering animals at the start of the game. Why was this never an issue? Why was this never an issue when other games did it, but now that Palworld is doing it, it's morally just wrong. But of course, this guy is a Pokemon fan, like a lifelong Pokemon fan, so we can see why he's written this. We come over here with Palworld players discover you can kidnap and sell humans. So basically, this whole article is talking about inhumane stuff, the fact that you can human traffic, but things somehow manage to get even darker. Like, it's a freaking video game. It's a video game, man. It's a video game. No way. Like, how does this even happen? Like, how do we devolve as a human species to the point where we cannot tell the difference between a video game and real life? Like, listen to this, right? This is such a based response. Just listen to it, right? Let me get it, make sure the audio is correct. Just listen to this. Mate, you play any MMOs, you leave the front area and you are killing anything and slaughtering anything you see. It's been like that since the very beginning. But just listen to this, man. This is a joke.
Ready to expect.
Let's put up the volume a little bit. Okay.
Ready to expect me to draw a moral line. I have to perceive a difference that I consider substantial. And I do not consider the difference substantial. Do you guys? No. Right. No. And that's really what matters. If it was made with AI, I'm completely okay with that because it was fun.
The evidence is that
it doesn't matter. Nobody really cares about this.
The lead developer has been very positive about AI in the past and made an AI game
We're gonna play
called
this, by the way.
AI Art Imposter that lets an AI artist draw a picture.
No one cares.
And so that was like one of the games.
We're gonna be playing this week.
Yes, just generally has been much more positive about some of the benefits of AI rather than what is the normal sentiment amongst artists and you know, I guess general Twitter population, which is that AI is bad and it takes jobs from people.
Well, AI and the sentiment from artists opinions don't matter. It just doesn't matter because what matters is the opinion of the people that are buying the product. Like, it doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, like, nobody cares. Like, it's not relevant. It's like whenever one of these, like, you know, really well-respected and really respectable directors talks about how bad Marvel is. Shut up, old man. Shut up. I like watching the Thor movie. It was cool.
I mean... Tazmon here is absolutely 100% right. And that dude on his stream that tried to justify it, like, shut up, man. Whatever. Hey, Blue Boy, A-Fan, Mark. I think this is just becoming an absolute ridiculous. Like, Blue Boy, like you said, man, gunning down 1 million people, no problem whatsoever. Everyone is okay with that one. Going and punching a couple of animals, oh my god, this is oh shit. Oh damn, the shit just got real. Hey, fan, I know, man. Those XPS devs coming out was just ridiculous. Hey, Cliffo TV, nice to see you here. It's called having respect, so you're gonna be completely fine with companies firing. No. No one is saying they're firing anyone. I mean, we don't know that's the future. No one knows what is the future. And at the end of the day, right? If that's the future, let's be realistic here. You're not stopping it. You're not stopping it. There's regulations in place right now, and they are trying to regulate AI as quick as possible to kind of stop it from evolving into Skynet. But the reality is, it's not going to stop. It is mainstream now. And everyone is trying to utilize it in one way or another. I mean, I'm using it today at work with my, I'm using it to help me be better at my job. Exactly. Cliff, that's exactly the point I'm making, right? Like, I was writing test scripts today, so I asked, I used AI to help me find edge cases that I couldn't think of. And guess what? It did. And it was actually really helpful when I needed it, and it's made my work better. But, at the end of the day, the average person doesn't care. The average person just wants to put that game on and play. I think the game is receiving hate just because it's associated with Xbox. I don't believe they're genuinely concerned about animal rights. Then you got this one over here. Playing Palworld gives off the impression of playing a product designed to be sold rather than be played. You will feel like a mark and you'll be right. Like, they're trying to basically say that you're getting scammed. Yeah, they did right here. Insider Gaming. PETA issues statement on Palworld. Palworld continues to surpass every expectation and soar higher up the charts with each passing day. It has sold more than 7 million copies since it was released less than a week ago, and it is so popular it has beaten likes of Counter-Strike on Steam, where peak concurrent players counts are concerned. However, it's a title that's not exempt from controversies, and more than a few have surfaced since the game was brought to the market by Pocket Bear. For instance, there's a point of contention around the game's pals, which are more than reminiscent of Nintendo's Pokemon characters, whose characters are also reminiscent of Dragon Quest, but we don't talk about that because Pokemon copying Dragon Quest is perfectly okay, or getting inspired by Dragon Quest is perfectly okay, but someone else getting inspired by Pokemon, no, we can't have that. There are also claims that AI has been used to generate these pals, and that is completely and utterly baseless. There is no proof. Literally no proof. There's also the debate around animal cruelty in Palworld. Oh my god, animal cruelty. You go play Final Fantasy 14, the first thing you go and do is murder badgers and squirrels and all sorts of little fluffy animals out in the open world. That is the first thing you do. In fact, one of the quests right at the start of the game tells you to go and slaughter animals. My god. And yet no one bothered to care. Of course not. It's messed up. If that happens, companies will be holding him. I mean, there's going to be regulations to stop that, Arthur. I agree. The main worry I have is the voices. See, the voices is different. The voices is different. Because voices and AI, that can actually replace people quite easily. How do you regulate voices? You can trademark your voice. So they can't make it, they can't sound like you. If they use your voice, they have to pay you. Yeah, some of the days media crying about Palworld is just pathetic. The only proof of something is that they trace the models of Pokemon, change them to fit their world. I mean, even that is not true. That's an assumption. Mark, Insider Gaming is perfectly okay for you to go and murder people in GTA 5, run people over, for you to go and have sex with escorts, for you to just walk into a shopping mall and murder everyone just for the fun of it. They're perfectly okay with that. They've got no problem with mass murder, mass genocide, but they have a problem with this. With users needing to capture, kill, and put to work a range of animalistic creatures. And let's not forget, right? A Pokemon is captured in a shell, in a Pokeball. and then you set out that Pokemon to fight for its life against another Pokemon. You set it one-on-one against another Pokemon for it to fend itself against another Pokemon in a do-or-die battle. How is that any different to this? I recently reached out to PETA to see... I mean, how do you even get to the point where you have to reach out to PETA to see how the organization feels about claims of animal cruelty running rampant in... How is Pokemon not animal cruelty? Please someone explain that to me. How is Pokemon not animal cruelty? You're putting Pokemon against other Pokemon to fight for their lives. Winner takes all. Loser dies. How is that not animal cruelty? You're taking satisfaction in watching your Pokemon beat the living shit out of another Pokemon. I mean, we as a human race are devolving, man. What is wrong with people? Come on. What is wrong with people? They're aware. I thought it would be prudent to check in with PETA to see where the charity stands on the topic of animal cruelty. I mean, at this point, I really recommend. I really want this publication just to shut down. If you're going to be this retarded, because that's what it is, you shouldn't even be allowed to print material. Cruelty and abuse in Palworld. From the moment I booted up Palworld, I found myself punching the living daylights out of sheep and cat-like creatures. Why would she be punching them, you stupid idiot? Pick up a wooden stick, build a bench, make a baseball bat, and go to town. That's how you're supposed to do it. Trapping them in Palspheres, and that's what you do in Pokemon. You trap them in a Pokeball where they can stay for all eternity if you don't call them back out. And putting them to work in my base. So Animal Crossing is no different, where you can put them, you put your creatures and stuff to work. In my early game empire, this is a game wherein you can equip cute animals with assault rifles and send them out to fight against each other, against other creatures. Yeah, Pokemon doesn't have assault rifles. They decide to go a mano, fist to fist, and go all out. Vinnie Jones style. The Fist of Fury. It has generated a buzz among activists who arbor animal cruelty. But what's PETA's opinion on the matter? Here's the actual statement by PETA. PETA has already heard from many Palworld fans who have no interest in eating pals and want a vegan guide created for the game. It's Veganuary, after all, and the gamers want to help animals by eating vegan in their game, worlds, and outside. There are no other comments offered in reference to setting up slave labor camps and forcing pals to work under the pain of death, though. I mean, it's a video game. It's not like you've got it. Come on. Come on. People can't be this stupid. Come on. Oh, man. They can't be this stupid. I mean, this is a whole new level of brain dead. Grant Taylor Hill. Like, my dude, you are... Oh, my God, man. That is but they're alright with first-person shooters, right? Oh my god, it's like that fishing game that got released. Pokemon even had episodes of trainers just wanting the strongest and throwing away the weaker ones. I know, right, Jamala? A Until Dawn remaster is coming out. I watched it on Twitch at release because I only play on Xbox. Yeah, I know. they're making the movie, so they're basically remastering the game so they can try and get people to rebuy the game, because they officially have no games. They are creatively bankrupt. You know, all this time that they were saying that they have everything under control, all they're doing now is saying, right, what can we remaster? What can we remake? I cannot believe that this is what we've come to. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Like, when I read this, I was like, oh no, 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 no. We as a human species cannot have evolved this much. According to their logic, an animal against an animal, another animal is allowed. Your character against an animal, God forbid. I don't know what to say anymore. So this remastering Dawn. They are faded. They are. PETA are a bunch of hypocrites. Waiters who care about what they say. You reading all that made my IQ drop a bit. That's what I said, Jamala, at the start. That is what I said. I mean, to think that you would be this sad of a idiot, a bellend, to actually reach out to someone over a video game. Now, don't get me wrong. I get it if you was punching animals in real life. That's cruel. But this is a video game. They don't draw the line when you're, shagging whores in GTA 5. They don't draw the lines when you put people on the train track and get them run over in GTA 5. They don't draw the line when you're playing Call of Duty and murdering everyone. They don't draw the line when you're playing a random open world game and just beating the shit out of innocent people for no reason. But they draw the line on this one. How do you draw the line on this one? Like, how does this even happen? I don't get it, man. I do not get it. What about the slaughter of animals? Hey, exactly. Like, how is this a thing now? Like, I'm a member of PETA. People eating tasty animals. So might have to pick up this game and BBQ me some Palworld animals. I mean, this is what I quote tweeted them. I think as a human race, we've hit a whole new low. News articles like this should really mean the closure of such publications for printing brain-dead articles. When people cannot tell the difference between game and real life, I hope InsiderGamingIG, you are this hot on GTA 6, all MMOs, slaughter animals for XP. This is fucking sad. Seriously, close your business. The world would be better for it. This is too much. Like, I cannot believe how many people are really going for this. Movie type games in general too, I enjoy more so. A fan? Nothing wrong with that. I enjoy movie type games. You know, the Dawn series, there's also a series very similar to that has like a whole brand to it. I forgot the name now, but they're actually quite good as well. Hey, Josh, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're just looking at some of the stupid stuff that's being said online, and it's it's hitting an all-time new low at the moment, how people are so upset about Palworld that they have to go out their way to criticize it in the most stupidest ways. And now they're actually getting animal rights activists involved, PETA, to try and step in and give it bad reputation. And PETA basically said, we don't care. It's funny how many games have been out for so long. Minecraft, where killing animals is for food and or XP. Sappho, yes, that's exactly what we're talking about here. Digital animal cruelty, because apparently those ones and zeros are going to feel it real hard. Those ones and zeros are going to feel it real good. What about the horrible treatment of NPCs? Don't talk as if we didn't leave Sarah stranded somewhere. Oh, where is the Thanos snap? I mean, you know what, Faded? I'll be honest with you. At this point, that Thanos snap is sounding real good. But it just needs to make sure that, it captures the right people. I think because it's an Xbox, that means the world is ending. But if it was on PlayStation, that means the world is saved. You know what, Eternal? That's exactly what I said in my video. There is no other reason where you can get, Insider Gaming acting this much of a brain-dead zombie. I mean, I kind of get PC World doing it. After Starfield, they need something else to go for. And this is the next best thing for them, being on Xbox. As you can see here, they're pixelating this because apparently it looks so bloody and murderous when you beat them up that they can't actually show it to you. It's like, please make it so. And apparently capturing them in spheres is inhumane. Yeah, capturing them in spheres is inhumane. But capturing them in Pokeballs, that's fair game. That's fair game. Spheres, you are a monster. Pokeballs, it's fair game. Chaos, we don't know what is happening. It's all just drama, which is embarrassing. Guarantee it's just Sony that started. This is a website. They actually reached out to PETA. You can't make this shit up. Get human rights for people killing people in game. Sanchez, you go like that. You try to bring that up in any human rights court, and they're just gonna look at you and go, "Cocaine is a good drug." They're enjoyable. You know which ones I actually like? Have you played Erica? Any fan? If not, look it up. It's on the PlayStation Store. It's really cheap. But check it out. I think you might like it. 7 million sales and counting, breaking 2 million concurrent players. It's safe to say that Palworld is a monumental success. And this sort of article, which is going to get traction, and yes, I am totally going to make a video on this tomorrow, absolutely shitting all over Insider Gaming, because why not? But you know what? It's giving it more publicity. When Hogwarts Legacy came around and, the whole trans movement was at its highest, do you know what the publishers turned around and said? That the exposure they got from all the drama that ensued saved them over $200 million in marketing. So those people that were trying to get everyone to boycott Hogwarts Legacy actually saved, I think it was Warner Brothers, $200 million. And so Warner Brothers sent a message out publicly saying if they could try and do the same thing for the next game that they're releasing, because they don't mind saving another $200 million. Alexander, I know, man. I know. I mean, Pizza Game is fake. We all know that. They're a PlayStation-centric website. Who from Insider Gaming wrote this? Grant Taylor Hill. Like, I think this for him must be career suicide, right? I think he must have, like, you know, if we find out that this is his last day at work and he wanted to write the dumbest article ever that would completely and utterly ridicule and undermine Insider Gaming website as a whole, you know what? Kudos to the guy. Total respect. But somehow I actually believe he's genuinely serious when he reached out to PETA VP and actually wanted their opinion. Pokemon had an episode saying that the Pokeball was a cushy home for the Pokemon. I don't care what they say. They're still trapped. In truth, bad publicity gets more eyes on the game, which means more people will play. Dude, I know someone that after I was talking to them just before I went live, and after they saw this article, they went and bought it on Steam. They had no interest in playing it, and after seeing this article, they were like, "Right, I'm gonna go buy it, just to increase the stats," and they went and bought it. I was like, "Oh man, you can't be this brain dead. You cannot. This is a whole new level of stupid." And you've got a bunch of people that think, what is it? Palworld is coming to PlayStation because Yoshida said yes, and it doesn't, and it seems like the actual thing wasn't even translated correctly. So there's that. You've got Nibs, who's been ripped apart right now because he can't even actually, how can I say? His whole argument was that the game was like Animal Crossing. Who here believes that Palworld is like Animal Crossing? A janky version of Animal Crossing. You got this as well, which is really cool. Xbox Korea announces exclusive Palworld Series S bundle. Gotta catch 'em all. Oh shit! Is this real? Gotta go catch 'em. Oh, go catch 'em all, not gotta catch 'em all. Go catch 'em all on the Xbox Series S. What's that, Power Boss? Yeah, I have faded. They were always going to go that way. Oh, Nibs basically saying that Palworld is basically more akin to Animal Crossing. Is from what I've played, I don't really see much of a resemblance to Animal Crossing. Maybe a tiny pixel worth, but they can't use "gotta catch 'em all" trademarks, so go catch 'em all. It's Art Conan Valheim. I agree, Power. I agree. But this is pretty cool. You said catch 'em all. They're gonna piss off Nintendo. Tality, I wasn't even thinking of these movie games. I only play the one. I'm gonna watch Erica though. Yeah, Erica's really good, man. Erica's really good. The decisions that you have to come across, depending on the decision you pick, it can get real dark real quick. No more Hi-Fi or Switch. It's Palbox S. Let's go, indie music press. There's no Animal Crossing. Ton Knook isn't anything. Someone said this was a fake image, but Korea doesn't use English in adverts. I looked it up. It is in fact real for South Korea. Yeah, this makes sense. But man, ugh, what a long day today. I was not thinking. You know when you just sit down, you're having a chill evening. You know, I made a video for this for my TheChaosLounge channel. I was thinking of doing a reaction video. Someone sent me a video and I was thinking of doing it tonight, but I figured, you know what? I posted the other one quite late, so I'll do it tomorrow. And then I said to myself, I'll make a couple of videos for my other YouTube channel because I haven't done a video over there in about a month. So I made a couple of videos to go over there. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to chill because no one can come out with something so stupid that's going to make me actually get up and do something. And then Insider Gaming said, hold my beer because I'm about to do something so dumb that the whole country, the whole world's IQ is about to drop. But still, this one is my favorite one of the week. This one wins, you know, the internet award of the week for me. I'm guessing you all know this Alex Smith guy, right? Nib is always writing novels on Twitter, trying to shit on Xbox. Like, dude, ain't no one reading all your biased bullshit. Dude, he writes that long shit to try and make himself look smart and try and make sure that no one is actually going to read it so he can, you know, try and get one. Only those that literally worship and bootlick him are the ones that actually bother reading it. Everyone else just skims a couple of lines here and there and they're done. Because you can pretty much get the gist. 90% of everything he writes is useless. Just read the first line of each paragraph and you understand everything he's trying to say. Try it. You won't be thinking. But Alex Smith, he said, I contacted my good friend at Gina ZJW and she is already in contact with those responsible for Palworld to bring the game to PlayStation when they make the 32-player version of the game available on consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, basically release. So he reached out to her. Sorry, it seems like I cannot view this Twitter, but thank you. So wherever she is, in Japan or in China, they can't view X. Here is a screenshot of what Alex said. She responded by saying, thanks for the screenshot. I don't know this person. Now, he said, I contacted my good friend Gina. But Gina's saying, I ain't know this creep, this pervert, this freak who thinks that they're friends with me. Get the fuck away from me, old man. Trust me, bro. He came to me in a dream. Gina's actually partner development at PlayStation. Gina's partner development, so basically she deals with new business and stuff like that. So she goes out and, you know, contacts companies with the potential to bring those games either exclusively to PlayStation or to get the third-party deals over to PlayStation. Whether it's multiplayer or not is, you know, irrelevant. But her job is basically to create new relationships, new partnerships with third-party companies to try and bring them over. But Alex was like, yeah, my good buddy tried to use that tag as well because he knew, right? This is how much of a slime boy he is. He knew that where Gina is in, whether it's in Japan or China, I mean, that's Japanese. I can see that. Yoroshiku. So I can see that it's definitely Japanese. But he knew that where she was situated, based, she could not see Twitter. She could not see this version of X. And because he knew that she could not see his tweets, he decided that he would actually use her as a weapon, as his gotcha moment, as his source to provide everything. And then when someone reached out to her, it was like, yeah, fuck this, man. I didn't know that guy. Psh, guy's like a weirdo, man. I ain't got time for that shit. It's on all the Xbox games. Nando, that is ridiculous, right? oh. Oh man, that is I couldn't believe it. The like this news was like, what the hell is going on? It's a remaster, I think. It's not a remake. They're just re-releasing it, Taz, remastering it and re-releasing it on PC and PlayStation. Nah, you don't make that sort of a joke professionally, Blue Boy. You do not do that. Is this real life where people call PETA on a video game? Unfortunately, JDHI, it is. It is. It really is. The guy actually, I recently reached out to PETA to see how the organization feels about the claims of animal cruelty. Like, what the fuck? $70 too. Remember when everyone laughed at smart delivery? Smart delivery is great. My only issue with smart delivery was one. I had one issue with smart delivery, and I think it was a valid one. It was a big one. Does anyone know what that issue might be with smart delivery? I know, right? Number 5. This is ridiculous. What is the one issue with smart delivery? This is crazy. Let me see something. Cool that you went about war crimes in God. What about all the mushrooms that Mario kills or eats? All the mushroom people. What about all the little it's just what the fuck, man. But my only issue with smart delivery is one thing. When you buy the version of the game on physical, if you do buy it on physical, the version on the disc is the Xbox One version. It is not the Series X version. It might have a portion of the game on there, but it doesn't have the full game on there. Unless it's really small. I guess Mario now is a cannibal, right? Man, I could not believe it. I mean, Bowser wants to have sex with Princess Peach, for God's sake. No one seems to have a problem with that, right? It's like, huh? What is going on? But I like this comment. I'm a member of PETA, people eating tasty animals, so might have to pick up this game and BBQ me some Palworld animals. This is like, we don't need the Rule 34 Princess Peach's. Oh, let's not get into R34 now, Power Boss. We don't need to get into that one. Hey, Devastator, how's it going? If a beast wants fun time with a human, what do you call that? Is it still bestiality? It is. It is. I mean, I could not believe what I read there, man. That to me was like, what on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? Look at Games Radar. Palworld isn't exactly an amazing game. It's almost embarrassing that Pokemon got upstaged by something as sloppy as Palworld. A janky survival game carried by one good idea. It's like, am I wrong about this? Looking at so many people angry with what I said is kind of shocking to me. When you go to the market with a product, the only thing that matters is the consumer's perception of that product's value. When did this become wrong? It's not wrong. It's not wrong. Ah, this is the thing that we just watched. I mean, the only people that are upset about AI is artists. Now, what I can say, based on where I work right now, and this isn't me just chatting shit, this is actual real. Where we have like creative people where I work, they've now started to use AI to improve, you know, where they're deficient, or to just improve the speed at what they can deliver before, you know, they go into Illustrator or whatever to fix up the drawing, make it better, get it personalized to their standard. But they're actually incorporating AI just to make themselves more efficient, more productive, and just be able to deliver faster. See, that's how AI is really, really damn good. That's how you are supposed to use AI. I've got no, you know, delusions that companies are going to try and abuse it. They will. But at the same time, not all companies are going to do that. And at the same time, you can't stop it. Like I'm in QA right now. And when I go to do like a full set of test cases for a new project, it takes a lot of time. But with AI now, I cut the time it takes me to do it by over half. Because I will put down the tests that I think are relevant or that I think is all that's needed. And then I'll ask the system to suggest me more. And I'll get about maybe 10, 15 suggestions. Some of them are not relevant to what I want, but the ones that are relevant are really edge cases that's, you know, I don't really think about. I'm supposed to, but sometimes you don't. But, you know, if you use it in conjunction to make, you know, to help you and aid you and help you improve, that's how AI is supposed to work. But that sloppy game outperforms and outsold everything. It did, force. But AI does the same thing as artists. It takes inspiration from other works and uses that to create new works. Granted, AI can get a little too close, but that's where humans can come in to change. Well, they add their touch, right? They add their own signature to it. I mean, I've seen a lot of AI art online, right? I've seen tons of it. But then I can see where people, like if you held someone's drawing on the left that they did on a computer, and then an AI picture on the right, I can tell the difference. You can. There is a distinct flair and a standard that AI follows. Whereas with creations art, it's different. You can tell what's being done by a human or not. A game that I'm actually playing right now called Tower of Fantasy. In Korea, they started using AI art, and you could tell it immediately. Like when I showed it to one of the community managers, and I said, "Is this what we've come to right now?" And they looked at it, and they were like, "Oh, this is AI art." And I said, "I know, you can tell from a mile away it's AI." I get it. They wanted to do like the little chibis, and you know I've got no problem with the chibis. But like for the full blown art, I was like, you know, it doesn't capture what we want perfectly for the character as well because it's AI. It's only going off a reference, and guess what? Now they look so much better because they've actually got artists utilizing AI and working together with it to actually make a better picture. Hey, Diablo, how's it going? The East is using AI right now because activists has purposefully ruined English dubbed anime. Yeah? Yeah? that's something that Taz was telling me about, how the English dubbing has completely and utterly screwed things over by changing the text entirely, the whole context, adding in stuff that wasn't even being spoken about. And it's still growing too. It is. Exactly. I'm baking berries in Palworld right now. You're doing the veggie January? Good stuff. There was an AI in Starfield and No Man's Sky for randomly generated stuff, but it's a problem now because it's not on PlayStation and it's popular. Damn it, Chaos. My finger is itching to play multiplayer and stream Palworld right now. You what? We can jump into it in a little bit. This is both sad and funny at the same time. I can't believe that they did this. This doesn't seem real. This does not seem real. This really does not seem real. Like, check my pinned tweet. I predicted this weeks ago. January 20th. I predict it now. Gaming journalists and freaks that live on social media or disconnected boomers will be canceling Palworld any day now. You wait. I predict it. He did. He did it 4 days ago. You can't fake this shit. He did it 4 days ago. You can, Jamala. If you're on Game Pass, then I'm on Game Pass PC, then you can join together. You can play together. Do not be sorry, be better. Is this it? Until Dawn possibly getting remaster for PC and PlayStation 5. According to a new report from Deal Labs, a remaster or remake might be announced for Until Dawn within 15 days. Deal Labs claims that after some investigations, they determined that Until Dawn could get a new version on both PC and PS5. Further, Until Dawn should retain the same title for this upcoming version. Until Dawn is an interactive survival horror game from developer Supermassive Games. The console of remaster. When did you get an Xbox? 2001. We are the OG. I've got a really good pal via breeding it. It was level 4, handicrafting. I'm level 25. Until Dawn is good, Leafstorm. Until Dawn is good. Not an official image, fan art. Oh, man. Roadmap for Palworld revealed. Has once again highlighted the ongoing deficiencies. There is no problem with the PC app. I have no issues with Game Pass PC app. I don't understand what people have problems with the PC app, other than the fact that it's not Steam, and people have a problem with it not being Steam. What? Fantastic activated their Twitter account to post a bizarre statement. Apparently, I am to blame for the day before failing. What more can I say? What, Buzz is the reason for the day before failing? No way. This could be a good react video. I'll react to this. That's crazy, man. But hey, at least the day before lasted longer than Factions, right? It may even last longer than Helldivers 2. This is another piece of information. According to Circana's player engagement tracker on January 22nd, Palworld's X surpassed Fortnite in the US Xbox Series. I don't know what DAU stands for. Now, I use this this snippet in my video, but what does DAU stand for? Anyone know? Daily active users. Okay. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? That actually makes a lot more sense. On that day alone, Palworld players on Xbox Series in the US played Palworld for more than 200 minutes. Fairly active users? I'll take it. I'll take it, Palworld. Fairly active users. I will take it. But Factions would have been so successful. Honestly, it would have been so successful. He's literally correct. You can be angry all you want, but consumers don't care how the product is made. They care about the product itself. And this is something I keep raising, right? For all the people that care about AI and stuff, do you care that children are being forced to work in sweatshops so you can wear your Nike trainers or your Nike bottoms? Do any of you actually care? And I don't mean this in a bad way, because 99.9999999% of people don't want to know and don't care. This is why you need to sleep, Chaos. Why do I need to sleep? Ryan McCaffrey put a post up. I'll have to check it out. All our technology is made from an unethical source. Yet here we are, picking and choosing what to be angry about. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. The clothes we wear, everything we do is from an... I mean, if you look at even the electric that we have, that we use in our daily lives, that's coming from, you know, a really, really bad place. And we don't care about using it because we need it. Can't wait to see Palworld numbers this weekend. If it is breaking records in the middle of the week, one can only imagine. Manel, I actually think it might actually break 3.2 million. It has a good chance. If there ever was a game that could do it, I think this is the time. BattleBit is a perfect example. People just don't care. And I know people don't like hearing that, but it's the goddamn truth. They just don't care. All they care about is it a good experience? Am I having fun? They don't want the politics around it. Sleep is for the weak. If you're sleeping, you're not catching pals. See, Jamala knows, man. Jamala knows. This was on my mind today. It's probably the greatest thing I've ever done in my career. I will likely never top it. If you never saw it or want to watch it again, here's my interview with Phil Spencer, Peter Moore, and Seamus Blackley on the history of Xbox. Is this what you were talking about, Il Rey Tito? Do I have a second chat? What do you mean? What do you mean by a second chat? I've been screaming for years that Microsoft should bring back Xbox Live Arcade Week Wednesdays. There are too many idea Xbox games with no way to find the needles in the haystack. Plus, I am taking full credit for them finally doing this in all but name. Microsoft's new Indie Selects promo rekindles memories of Xbox Live Arcade. This could be good. JDHI, what do you mean? A separate chat? But I'm not really seeing what you're talking about. Il Ray Tito. Wait. Is chat frozen? Oh, yeah. I'm reading tweets. I used to dual stream to Twitch as well, but just not enough people over there to make it worthwhile. So I'm YouTube only. But this is crazy, man. This could actually be really cool. I'm actually quite interested in this. Because I do like my indie games. There are some really good ones. Correcting nearly. But geez. But it doesn't look that much better. It's all you guys have to play. So you have no choice but to rebuy the same game. Enjoy the re-release of why is your finger twitching, Taz? I think I've already triggered you once today. I don't need to do it again. Xbox fam, don't argue with platforms with no games or roadmaps. Xbox curator is wrong here. I mean, he is always trigger happy. Oh, this is what it is. Recently, a lot of misinformation has emerged on the internet from supposedly anonymous sources. Fantastic provides an official response to these statements. Is it? Oh, so that's it in Russian and that's it in English. Anonymous people allege we deceived players. Anonymous people allege that we deceived the investor. Anonymous former employees tell different stories about the development. Who made money in the day before? Why do they say that the released game is not the same as that's in the trailers? And why was the game closed? Right, that's not what I was thinking. Did you power boss? Let's have a look. You did. Now, I'd have to say you're wrong here. Devs and consumers together make for valid opinions. Devs by talking to one another to share ideas of how something is done, then gamers to compare with what they like. I mean, look, let's get one thing straight, yeah? Taz, you gifted 5 memberships. Oh damn, who got the memberships? Jesse P, Bold Althol Pack, Jason Redmond, Aussie Fan 80, Terminisequo. I probably completely and utterly screwed that name up. But thank you very much for that 5 gifted subs. It's a YouTube membership. You can basically the $1. It starts from I think like $1, which is just a thank you for supporting the channel. The next tier above that gets ad-free content. So every video I upload, there's an ad-free version of it for members only. And when people join my Discord, they'll get notifications from my Discord in a specific channel that's only open to them, that will provide them with all the content there as well. Yeah, so thank you very much for that, Taz. I appreciate it. 5 gifted subs. Crackerjack says, if Palworld wouldn't be so popular, no one would have batted an eye about all this. It is true, man. It is true. It is true. And, you know, people say developers just build what they're given, right? It's completely different. They build what they're given. They don't just build out of their brains. The UX, the creative department all come up with the actual designs, the UI, everything. And then the dev takes that, looks at it, cries a little bit, and then they go and say, right, we need to build this. And then they come back and say, right, we can do this, and we can't do this. Taz, you gifted another 5 gifted subs. Dude, what are you doing? Chris George, Seth Zero, Smokey, MC Chugs, and Ricardo Moncada. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Enjoy your subs, fellas. That is awesome. Enshrouded is another survival game which just came out, but no one's complaining about that being just a survival game. And that's got 70k players on Steam. And I bet Enshrouded has you killing animals too. Taz out here being a madman. See, Power Boss, I told you I triggered him. It's made him go crazy. Oh man. Keep in mind these games are all fiction. That's the thing, Lord Blue. They are all fiction. Nothing. It's a video game. It's a video game. How can you complain about this when it's a video game? Taz could have just given me the money. But you know, there's this Odyssey coming from Blizzard. I'm really interested to see what this actually is. It's supposed to be not graphically impressive, but it's supposed to have survival elements to it. Everwild is probably one of my most anticipated games for Xbox. I'm really hoping we eventually get to hear something or see something for this. I've been waiting to see something on this game ever since I saw the trailer, but they've kind of like been having a lot of problems with this title. State of Decay arrives at the end of the year. All fiction until someone uses it as an excuse to do an action in real world. Well, yes, Lord Blue, but that's different, right? That's like saying, hey, I watched Rambo and he decided that he's going to start off with a knife and upgrade to a flamethrower and a grenade launcher and a rocket launcher by the end of the movie, go into a camp and wipe everyone out. So I'm going to do exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. So to say it's part of a video game, that's really not fair. When movies are way more violent. Just look at Expendables. Way more violent. There's a bit of comedy in there, sure. But they're basically glorifying violence. From what I've seen, yeah, State of Decay is coming at the end of this year. I'm wondering if Odyssey will be like Diablo. I really don't know. We don't know much about Odyssey other than the fact that it's not going to be graphically like intensive. So assume it's going to be like Prince of Persia, something similar to that. It's going to have some survival aspects to it, but that's literally all we know. I'm glad it is fiction. My real life is one disaster to the next. I need to get away sometimes. All right. Is Odyssey first party exclusive now? It should be Leaf Storm. People complaining about Palworld just because it's Pokemon-like and GF creatures and Nintendo ain't doing anything yet. Nintendo has gone after other fan games. I mean, Nintendo went after that guy that made the mod. He got taken down real quick, real fast. But that I heard that guy was charging money for that mod. What an idiot. I mean, if Nintendo was gonna take its time, the moment you start charging money, yeah, you're public enemy number one. That's actually hype because I like State of Decay. Yeah. State of Decay is good. I may have caused you more work adding subs. I just need everyone that's on the mid-tier. I think this is the mid-tier one. The one that Tazmon. Just join my Discord and reach out to me on Discord if you can, please, so I can add you into the special section on Discord so you can get your notifications for the ad-free content. I mean, no, it was gonna get taken down anyway because that mod basically made Palworld Pokemon open world MMO butchering each other Pokemon. But yes, it was dumb for him to do that. Something tells me you guys play on the Shitbox series, Soy. Oh damn, we got a weird one in here. I was wondering when we were gonna get a weird one turning up tonight, and lo and behold, we finally have one. What up, Jacob? I mean, it's better than getting remaster after remaster after remake after remaster. Right? I mean, at the end of the day, Remaster Station 5 is doing the rounds right now. In a Pokemon Reborn fan game, a gym leader commits suicide. Jesus, that's dark. Sanchezmtz Gaming. Hey, where did Jacob go? I didn't do anything. Oh, Palboss dealt with it. Fair enough. Hey, let me know when an Xbox exclusive cracks 90 Metacritic. Better yet, when they get nominated for a Game of the Year. What does that matter? How's Spider-Man doing for you, by the way? You know, the game that didn't win anything. The game that still hasn't made its money back. The game that was beaten in 8 hours and then no one gives an absolute fucking shit about. How's that doing for you right now? How does it feel about Naughty Dog, you know, for the last 3 years, releasing nothing but remakes and remasters and milking your community like it's, you know, cows in a herd? Now you've got Until Dawn. I mean, I get it. You guys love your remakes and you love your remasters because, you know, Sony at this point is creatively bankrupt and you guys are loving their creative bankruptcy. You're losing like your exclusives as well. You're going day and date with PC with Helldivers and Concord. So going to the cloud and mobile is also going to be a thing. So you're losing that exclusivity as well. So yeah, how does that feel? How does that feel? Does anyone really talk about God of War Ragnarok? No. I mean, Valhalla just dropped, right? That newer DLC. No one's really talking about it. The Last of Us just dropped that new roguelite DLC, right? Who the fuck's talking about that? No one. No. I mean, there was more people talking about Spider-Cube than there was about Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Cube had more of a spotlight than Spider-Man did. Gonna be that Spider-Cube. Spider-Cube. I mean, I get it. You guys like your one and done games and, you know, your games that finish in 8 hours and then you're starving for games. But at least stop begging us for games. Go elsewhere. Go to Nintendo or someone. You come in here with all your high and might and then turn around and start saying, hey, please, sir, can we have some of your games now? Because we got nothing. Naughty Dog's going to remaster Uncharted next. I would not put it past them. I would not put it past them. To be honest, people saying Nintendo would sue Palworld devs is only arguing NA law, not Japanese law. I mean, they're not going to do it anyway, Devastator. Another remaster, truly, yep. Naughty Dog's going to, yep. Just bring them to PC and I wouldn't mind. I mean, they're going to come to PC eventually. And they're doing more and more day one now. Hey, streaming channel. How's it going, buddy? Last time I touched my PS5 was Assassin's Creed 6? Or is it Armored Core 6? I can't tell. And having gone back since, I haven't finished God of War Ragnarok because it's not that worth it. God of War Ragnarok is extremely boring. I don't care what anyone says. It's extremely boring. I am going to finish it, but it is extremely boring. I've had to stop because I just got so bored with it. And they say for 20 minutes, busy day tomorrow. Streaming channel, I totally get it. I'm not going to be on late tonight. I have work as well. I just wanted to, I literally jumped on because of this news because I couldn't believe it and I just wanted to talk about it. And, well, we're just chatting away and having a good time. So just staying on a bit longer than I was initially gonna, but yeah. I'm not big on the Spider-Man franchise in general, so never bought it. It's not a bad game, but it's not a great game either. The first God of War 2018 is really good. Yeah, Leavesdom. He actually contacted them. I recently reached out to PETA. Palworld is your game of the year already? Damn. Go play your Spider-Man 2 10-hour game. That PETA headline is real. It's real, Diablo. This loser reached out to PETA to see how the organization feels about the claims of animal cruelty running rampant in Palworld. It's real. You know, in the words of Gordon Ramsay, it's raw. 7 million. That's crazy. We also know that Palworld, for people saying that Xbox gamers aren't playing the game, on PC Game Pass is above Call of Duty, Minecraft, Valorant, and Fortnite. On Xbox consoles, it is under, I think Call of Duty is above it, and there's Fortnite is above it, but it's above everything else. Yes, that's the one. That's the one, Ben. Because the Rathalos would eat them alive the moment they went there. The moment they go and try to protect that Rathalos, they're dead. They're going to get burnt to a crisp. Someone should tell them about Whack-A-Mole. What the fuck? I mean, this is getting ridiculous now. Let me give him a like. This is getting ridiculous. The Palworld is getting the it's not on PlayStation tax. Pretty much, Belzer. Pretty much. That is exactly what it's. Oh my God, he's back. He's back. I'm not known as Alex Smith within SIE. State of play will be announced tomorrow. Good afternoon. Alex Smith's pseudonym. Oh, so now that's not his name. Oh, everyone. He's using a fake name. Oh, man. So that's what it is. Who would have thought he's using a fake name? The fact that she can see his picture and still says that I don't know who the fuck you are after seeing that picture. I guess the picture's fake as well, right? It's like, I mean, if he's pretending to be someone else, that's even more of a creep. Oh shit, he blocked her as well. Man, this dude is a fucking predator. Oh shit, this guy is getting exposed. He blocked her so she wouldn't see the reference in the post. She don't know you after seeing your face. Oh shit, this dude is a bloody predator. My dude is just trying to get fake clout. Oh shit. I don't think there's going to be a state of play announcement. Shall we report him, chat? Shall we report him? Yeah, we should report him. We should totally report him for impersonating. Get rid of him. What would it come under? Deceptive identities. Pretending to be me. Someone else X is being impersonated. I don't know. The real Alex Smith. Oh, if I can know. Who's he being impersonated by? We can never know. Yeah, but how do you report him if you don't know what it is? You can't report him. Twitter doesn't allow it. Palworld could be over 8 to 10 million if they include Xbox numbers. Devastator, I think they already are. I think they already are. That is an immediate ban. That is an immediate ban. I don't actually know what you could put it under. He's just another virgin behind a fake X account. See who you were replying to. Not surprised. And second, what do you say? Saying there is going to be a state of play at some point is like saying it's going to rain in the UK in the next month. Mate, it's going to rain tomorrow. That's all you have to say in the UK, and it'll probably be true. He tried once again. Oh man. You found the real guy on LinkedIn? Does the real guy have a actual profile? Like a Twitter account? Guy now admits to impersonating other people to get fake credit and clout. This is getting out of hand. However, to you Sony fans, he threw a bone. You probably won't get a state of play. Pretty much. Guys, let's get hyped for that state of the play. We can see they'll have no games. It's gonna be bad, man. How do you do this? I mean, just yeah, it says here I worked as a Bend Studios dev. Is that his Twitter? That's not Alex Works. Is that him? Doesn't say who he works for though. Do you know what? It's good enough. That's someone from Activision? Come on, guys. Don't do that to me. Look who he's following. He's following a lot of people. He's following all the fanboys. That's how you know that he's not right. When you start following all the fanboys, that's when you know that dev is a bit shady. Hey, a streaming channel, may your phone rest in peace. The sadness. The sadness, chat. This was their original game, Craftopia. Was once part of the Idea Xbox program. Xbox nurtures small developers with goddamn Peter Ovo, you going in for the kill. Ben Studios was not Quantum Error. Quantum Error was a different studio entirely. Well, I'm not blocked yet, so that's good. It's a Team Killer Media. Oh yeah, this guy is full of shit. Not this. The other guy. Oh, by the way, if you haven't heard, one of Xbox Hate Japan's account is officially gone, and it had a blue check mark too. He gone. That's the latest news for you right there. Oh God, here he goes again. The Nibster. No one can take the Nibster. The Nibster is too much. PlayStation is less interested in subscription services because people play one game at a time. My dude, you haven't met me. I rarely finish a game because I'm jumping from game to game. Yeah. And you're welcome, Power Boss. You're welcome. That was me. These guys. Did I watch the Reforge clip? Which one? Which one? This one? This one? Yeah, I can't help it, Devastator. Like, I want to finish the games, but I need to like be split into two, and then maybe I can do it. But streaming channel, was this the clip you said? Because he has a lot of clips. Astro makes a lot of clips of this guy, and they're generally all bad. He talks about PlayStation going third party. No way. I'm almost tempted to watch this, but it's too long at 4 minutes. But apparently the salt was oozing. I'll leave it down to you if you want to watch this. It is a little. It was a little long. I love how salty at Reforge Gaming still is about. Oh no, it's Alex's base take of no game is worth $70. You have Alex fighting for the consumers and Lono fighting for the corporations. That is not the latest scores. was like 2-3 minutes. I haven't got a clue, mate. If you've got like a link or something, maybe you can DM it to me. Hey, Wayne's World, you're up quite late. I assume we can do it on Twitter. And that is fine, and we can check it out. But man, why are people so dumb? Dumb, I tell you. I don't think I'm ever going to get over this on how stupid this magazine is. Your phone has to boot up first. Oh, man. I mean, I get PC World. I do. Because PC World will look for anything to shit on Xbox. You know, I get PC World. I even get Eurogamer, considering the, you know, PlayStation centric. But I will never, ever, ever get this. This is just too much. This is just way too much. Imagine contacting an animal rights activist over a video game. A video game. Holy fudge, man. That's when you know you've hit rock bottom. Let me have a look. Oh, yes, Devastator. I got it. Sanchez, they are. They really want it. They're now going everywhere. Chili, I know, but you're one of the good ones, Chili. Right? Can you believe this? Can you? Would you ever call an animal rights activist to complain about? I mean, what's the first thing you go out into the open world in Final Fantasy 14 and do? Or Final Fantasy 11? Especially if you're in, you know, Sandoria. The first thing you go out and do is kill bunnies. If you're in Bastock, you're killing bees and worms. I mean, DJOB, this isn't even being out of touch. This is just pathetic. But yeah, Chili, this is one you could actually report on. This is good shit, man. This is like, oh, please just say that the world is not this sad and this pathetic. We do want to advance as a human human species. I mean, describing Palworld is really easy. It's a survival game based around the concepts of Ark, Rust, you know, and there's PvP coming as well, so it's going to be even more like Rust, with a kind of Beyblade Pokemon style catching feature. That's it. I'm doing good, Chili. I am doing good. How's you? Where is the... This Friday, depends what time, but I do stream on Friday, so it really depends on what time. Who sent that in chat? Streaming channel. Ah, streaming channel. So you are Dubs. All right, let's just have a quick listen to what he's saying. But what's happening on Friday? You'll dress up as a penguin? Let's go! Did you hit your 1,100 followers? Did you do it? How close are you to 1,100? You're 12 off. Yo, chat. Show Chili some love, man. He's supposed to wear... Gollum stream is next week, Wednesday. And also, I picked up on PC because they've apparently had updates for it. Hellblade, the original. So if you guys want me to stream that, I think it's about like an 8 to 10 hour game, so it'll take two weeks to finish it. But we can go through that in preparation for ISO doesn't work here, Power Boss. But what was I saying before? I got to check it, of course. Yeah, we can stream that in preparation for Hellblade 2 if people are interested in that. Yes, unfortunately, Dubs, I have to... I got a super chat goal on the top, as you can see. If it hits that super chat goal, then the community can pick a game that I played. The first game they picked for me was Kong. The second game that they picked for me was Gollum. But I decided to pick a good game as well. I'm guessing Taz isn't about, so I will post Chili's link in the thing in a sec. But yeah, I'm trying to help Chili get to 1,100 followers on Twitch, so he can actually wear his penguin outfit for real, because that was the deal. The deal was, if he gets to 1,100, he will wear the penguin suit. And I don't have a penguin fetish, but as a good friend of his, I just want him to look stupid in a penguin suit. I want to sit there and have a good time laughing at him. It's what friends do. So if there's anyone in chat that does like Final Fantasy content, Final Fantasy streams, then definitely check out the stream. Taz is going to post the link. Go to his channel, give him a follow. He is 12 away. There is like over 90 people in this chat right now. So if only 12 of you go there and get him to 1,100, that would mean that he has earned the right to look silly. Right? All it takes is 11 of you, or 12. Make it happen. Hey, look, we don't talk about my penguin fetish, Jamala. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about that fetish. But let's listen to what this guy says.
Like, let's just press pause. I don't care if Palworld comes.
Okay, if he wants me to press pause and not listen to anything he wants to say, well, who am I to disagree with what he said? Okay, that's very loud. Hey, listen. I've been seeing the shit that everyone's been pulling off with Oh No, It's Alex. And I've been seeing that stuff with, all those furry games that people have been sending him over to his Steam account, completely and utterly murdering his Steam account. don't even dare do something like that to me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. My reckoning will be swift.
The PlayStation? I don't. You can clip me and call me a port beggar because you're a liar, but that's not at all what I'm concerned with. I don't care. I play it on my Xbox. It's fun.
Because I will play that shit live.
The real question is, why are you saying that? It isn't true. Instead of asking,
it is not a bank
like,
chili.
Is this pony port begging, which is also just some made up, not true thing, some fantasy land that, you know, weird people live in.
But you was speaking for PlayStation,
the better
Xbox
question.
games.
The official FAQ of the game and their community manager are like, we are open to it. Why are you saying that that'll never come to PlayStation?
Because it's not.
They said it'll never come to PlayStation.
It's not.
Your answer to that question is probably, oh, I heard it somewhere. Really? Where, pray tell, did you hear that? Where? See, the better question you should be asking is, why do we have to spend so much time slapping down things that are
I love the
painfully
chaos
and obviously untrue? That's the better question you should be asking.
No, Dubs.
Why? Cody Biscuits with 20 months. Have a great day. Like, as I said during the show open, people taking this quote from the Sony CEO and saying, yeah, man, PlayStation's going third party, to the point that Tom Warren from The Verge, he was extremely pro Xbox during the ABK hearing. That's not a slight or a slam. That homie leaned in favor of Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. Even he came out and was like, this is a nothing burger. PlayStation games are not going to come to Xbox. At least they're not saying that. Like, as I said during my show open, it's embarrassing to have to do something so pedestrian, so first grade English. It's like, where are you getting this? That's the question you should be asking. The question you should be asking is, well, why is Lono smacking this down? The question you should be asking is, why was I told this thing that wasn't true?
This guy is full of shit.
They announced a roadmap, but there's no PS5 version in there, which would seem later down the line. Oh, for sure, Zinthos. They're open to it, meaning there's no active plan to do it.
Look, when Satya Nadella said, now that the Activision Blizzard deal has closed, so he's talking about the Activision and Blizzard deal. They can be a better publisher to all platforms, Xbox, consoles, PC, cloud, you know. That makes sense because Microsoft has multiple games on multiple platforms. They had it before they bought Activision Blizzard. They have even more now that they have purchased Activision Blizzard. So he's really, really reaching here.
There's a giant chasm of difference between saying, oh, we're open to it, and saying it will never come to PlayStation. It's like those aren't even remotely the same sentences or statements. They're not.
Can you imagine him and King Fresh in the same room? I don't think the world is ready for that kind of low IQ yet.
Stream at a time. Right. You have to get...
Just to make it clear, twice now, that guy has said that concurrent users is the same as total users. I'll repeat what I just said. Concurrent users are the same as total users. Now, when you've got that level of stupidity, this kind of starts to make sense, right? You can see the resemblance between that statement and this one over here. You can see it, right? Oh, fuck.
underneath the firefight and the mudslinging and the name calling on Twitter, and you've got to ask yourself a question. Why am I constantly being told things that aren't true? You can yell at me all you want. You can call me a pony. I don't care. You know what I mean? You might as well call me a buffalo. I'm not what you're claiming that I am. It doesn't have any power. You should be asking the question, why am I constantly parroting things that aren't true? The Cuphead dev said that, and see how that turned out? I'm not familiar with that. What, the Cuphead dev said something about landing on another platform?
But Microsoft doesn't own Cuphead.
We just ignore those individuals, don't give them a platform? I don't agree, Hadigan Matter. I think
I don't have to watch
spending an appropriate amount of time smacking down things that aren't true is worth our while.
That's garbage. Guys, I don't have to watch the whole video, but I can't say his name here. His mouse. Why he's so affected when it... Oh, he's always getting hurt when people call him a pony. He tries to take that neutral line and it doesn't really work. Dubs Reviews? Is that you? Oh, what was that game we were supposed to hear from this year? There was that Final Fantasy present thing here in London. Shame I couldn't go to it. Chili, did you go to it? Oh, that's you as well? Nice. Oh, what was that game? The one with the high school, I think she's a high school girl. She's got her boyfriend's head strapped towards on her waist. And she's pretty much bashing people with it. Lollipop Chainsaw, that's the one. Is there any update to that? After 6 years. I don't think I should be looking at this because this looks like it's going into places I don't want to go. That was starting to get a bit weird. I'm Astro and I can make original content, so I have to stalk. Ah. Oh, it's not crashing on my Xbox. Oh, this is an interesting article. Finally, some positivity for Forspoken. I forgot. Yeah. That's why I went off it. I started to see some stuff that I probably shouldn't be seeing. Nope. This look ever since I went on that, now it's fucked up my algorithm. What the fuck did you guys tell me to do? Take it easy, Donald Lawrence. Worth it. You want me to check that one out? That's on Discord. Yeah, let's check this one out and then we will call it a day. But guys, do it. Get him to 1,100. Do it for me. Do it for science.
Whenever we
do it for science. Now that is a still frame like there ever was one. That's all I'm saying. Chili, what are you at? It's the umbrella credit for gamer e-boy. It's still the same thing here? I don't get it. Such that Britain might be forced enlisting people into the army soon. I haven't, but considering where I'm from, if I go back, well, I was born in the UK, but if I go back to where my parents were born, I have to, if I stay in that country for more than 60 days, I have to do my national service for 2 years. So forced thing is not something out of the ordinary. We need 11 more followers over there for anyone that enjoys Final Fantasy content.
Discuss the idea of Xbox versus PlayStation versus Nintendo. These companies are just in such different positions. Obviously, Microsoft is very dead set on the idea of
you might have to unsubscribe.
Models.
Don't say that,
Nintendo is trying to make the biggest games for the lowest cost, trying to make games that may not be graphically impressive, but are certainly fun to play. And Sony is going for the big budget, AAA, Hollywood-style games. Stuff that costs hundreds of millions of dollars, but are big cinematographic experiences, which I don't even think is a word, but I think this battle, this console rivalry, has been incredibly fascinating to watch it unfold, but people are kind of wondering what comes next. How is this industry going to evolve for the rest of the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 6, the new Nintendo Switch? I mean, things are definitely about to change. Well, the CEO of Sony did an in-depth interview sort of discussing the nature of the industry as it currently exists.
Devastating. I'll say that in English. Why for you show us a hybrid of a mole rat and centaur foot what? Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. He's hard to watch. But someone is saying he actually makes some bad points, good points. I don't know.
And the future of the PlayStation games we love, and I want to kind of talk about that. Let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day. I'm Dreamcast Guy. If you can like this video and subscribe about gaming subscription models, which we can kind of read between the lines, he's talking about Game Pass. Very obviously, that is the most direct competitor to the PlayStation is Xbox. And so here he says this: people usually play one game at a time, so an all-you-can-eat type of mini-games may not be so valuable compared with video game streaming services.
Now, I know that's a whole lot of bullshit because I've literally got like, 10, 15 games on the go at the moment. I've got games from like 3 years ago that I still need to complete, as someone that knows me very well will tell you. So, I could... What the f... is that face? What's that face? Wherever I had your video full screen or so these OLEDs, so I'm going to make it rough. Why are you showing us the unholy offspring of a mole rat and centaur from Fallout games? Someone in chat said that they sent me a link on Discord for me to watch it because apparently it was a good video and one for me to react to on stream. Suddenly Sony talking about going third party and now they're all silent. There you go, Chili. I followed. Hey, we need 10 more. 10 more.
We have a balanced hybrid service on PlayStation Network. Subscription as well as pay per content. So he's essentially trying to say that, hey, Game Pass works for some people, or, the same way that some people enjoy other streaming services like, I don't know, things like Ubisoft Plus, where you can download and play older Ubisoft games very easily. But he's essentially saying PlayStation isn't going to go down that route because for us, we just don't think it's as successful.
No, they can't afford it. If they went down that route, they would go bankrupt. They can't afford it. That is why they're not going down that route. It isn't because it's not successful, because Microsoft is making a metric ton of money off Game Pass. We know this because it costs $1 billion to maintain, with buying games and putting games on a subscription, and they make $4 billion. Now, for those that maths is not your strong suit, at 4 billion minus 1, you're left with 3 billion. At 3 billion minus 1, you're still left with 2 billion. That's a lot of money
for the gamers. Now, somebody even posted this interesting translation where they're basically saying, look, this is a hybrid service. So what we're going to do is we'll take your monthly fee for PlayStation Plus Premium. We'll give you retro games. We'll give you new releases here and there like indie stuff. Sea of Stars obviously was day one on both Game Pass, and it was also day one on PlayStation Plus.
Ah. See, that could work. That could work. Let me see. Give me a second, chat. Give me a second. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. All right.
But you know what? If we actually have it as this loosey-goosey concept, we don't mind taking stuff out of the service as well as selling you $70 games. It seems like Sony is trying to have their cake and eat it too. They'll charge you a subscription fee as high as they can get away with, on top of the full-priced games that they're cranking out. Now, this interview is interesting because they very much doubled down on the idea that more PlayStation games are coming to stuff that isn't PlayStation. Maybe even things like mobile, cloud gaming, PC gaming. To me, as a person with a very powerful gaming PC, I'm pretty in favor of this. I do think that my one complaint with all these PlayStation games coming to PC is we still don't have trophy support. Like, personally, I want some sort of PlayStation launcher, the way that we have like a Blizzard launcher and a Riot launcher and stuff like that. Rockstar Games has the launcher. I would love an idea to basically boot up PlayStation games on my PC, and they still work with my PlayStation account. They still let me pop trophies and unlock stuff, especially if it had some cloud saves where I could pass things back and forth. Look, Xbox doesn't always have the games I like most. Not the biggest Starfield fan, and Redfall was definitely a dumpster fire, but I definitely love the fact that the games I play on my Xbox immediately sync with my Xbox PC account. It passes the saves back and forth. I mean, it's a extremely good system that's not just fluid, it's easy, which as a dumbass, I really enjoy. But people are actually discussing.
At least he openly admitted to being a dumbass. So, you know, the video's already a win at the moment in my eyes. Chile seeking violence. Chile's looking for violence with Epic Games Store. Oh shit. Chile came out just He's just wanting violence at this point.
Discussing this because we're in an interesting spot with the industry itself. Subscription growth has flatlined. No new people are basically buying into this. Now maybe that term doesn't make sense to you, but essentially, no people are buying into Game Pass.
Shadow, that's exactly what he wants. That's exactly what he wants. He's also admitting to being as smart as a ham sandwich. I see. As smart as a ham sandwich. I'd rather Epic Game Store than random Sony store that will have even less features. You're not wrong there, because Sony's not going to have any features on there. I mean, you can see the Xbox launcher. It's a very bare bones. But to me, you know what? As long as it boots the game, I really don't care. Which is why, you know, I don't have that problem with the Epic Game Store. Like, I know a lot of people that didn't buy Alan Wake 2 because it was on Epic Games launcher. I think you guys missed out.
That have not already had Game Pass. There isn't this huge flush of fresh audiences subscribing to stuff. And that goes for PlayStation Plus as well. If you have PlayStation Plus, there's a good chance you've had it for a long time. There isn't this huge chunk of new console buyers getting these subscription models. So now we're in this weird spot where if you're trying to purely monetize a subscription model, like if you're trying to make as many billions of dollars as possible on Game Pass, there is a ceiling. And I think that ceiling is lower than some people probably predicted. Now, there is some expectations, there is some little bit of analysis that perhaps about 33 million people do have Xbox Game Pass. And I mean, there's no denying the fact that Microsoft is literally the most valuable company in the world. So even if Game Pass isn't as profitable as they probably hope, they can certainly foot the bill to keep those games going. I just think it's interesting that Xbox, I think, is not necessarily going to go third party, but they're going to start putting their games on PlayStation. Stuff like Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves are rumored to be coming soon. This is interesting to me because when I hear these tweets, when I hear this talk about PlayStation and Sony in general has been so obsessed with the walled garden approach. They've been doing this now for about 12 years, which is that instead of branching out, instead of putting their products onto the rival consoles, as much as possible, they just try and build their barriers and keep you in.
I mean, that's been the Sony model forever. They believe that by locking everyone into the platform itself and keeping that kind of walled, you know, that kind of old school model going, they believe that and they want that model to continue as long as possible, because the more the more invested you are in the console, they see the more you're inclined to stick to one platform and buying games for that platform. That's been the Sony way for a while. I just don't see gaming evolving like that going forward. It's, you know, and Sony is realizing this, hence why they're expanding to the cloud, to PC, because, you know, it doesn't take a genius to see that their games just, especially their AAA first party games, they're not making enough money. And some of them aren't even breaking even. Like right now, Spider-Man needs to sell like 10 million copies. That's a lot of copies to break even. Right? That's a lot. And they're nowhere near that.
PlayStation gamers to buy PlayStation games and get PlayStation Plus. Whereas Nintendo, they don't mind if you own other systems. Xbox doesn't care if you play it on a PC or your cell phone while taking the squirtiest Taco Bell dump possible. It's just about having Game Pass. PlayStation, I guess I'm curious to see how this shakes out for the rest of the PlayStation 5 generation. Like, can they stay profitable with games that are so expensive in this current climate? People are discussing the idea of the industry bubble bursting. There has been a massive amount of layoffs.
Power Boss 7.1 million is them selling 7.1 million digital copies of it only. But if they sell boxed versions of it, that number goes up. If they're selling bundles, they lose 50% of the value of the game on bundles. They lose up to 35% of the value, or is it 26%, to royalties on boxed products. Digital, I think they lose about 12% or 18% or something. I think it's the lowest they actually lose. So that 7.1 is based on purely digital sales. The moment you add boxed products into it, retail, the physical copies, and you add the bundles that was shipping with the PlayStation 5 console, that number goes way up. That number goes way up.
If you've not...
So it's 18 to 26%. So that it's going to be 26% until they break a certain barrier, which is obviously going to be after they've broken even. After they've broken even, then what they require to give royalties will reduce. But right now they haven't broken even, so they're hitting that maximum 26%, and at 26% is 7.1 million, right? So can you imagine what it's going to be when it's at 50%? That number is going to be exponentially higher. Tagent, I know, man, I know.
I've been paying attention. Pretty much every single studio that's at least even decently sized is doing mass firings. They just fired 11% of Riot Games, which is League of Legends and Valorant. This is one of the most profitable companies, and they are mass firing people. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we're in this spot where I do think that people invested a lot in video games during 2020 and 2021. A lot of these trillion-dollar investment groups and mega billion-dollar donors and stuff like that tried to make more live service games, more battle passes, more subscription models, and a lot of those have not panned out.
That's not entirely true. What he's saying is correct, theoretically, and, well, in practice as well. So when COVID hit, everyone was at home, so everyone was playing more games, right? Everyone was just at home watching more Netflix, watching more Amazon Prime, more Hulu, HBO Max. They were playing more games. They were buying more games. So what companies were doing is they were hiring a metric ton of people in order to keep up with that demand, to try push the actual cycles of releasing games forward. So if a game was going to take 2 years to make, they wanted that game out in a year. So they were bringing in a lot more people to make that happen. That worked for like 2 years because of everyone being in lockdown, not being able to go out. People were scared to go out. I mean, you could even argue that, you know, from 2019 all the way up to, you know, 2022, that was a thing, right? So people were spending all their time at home. They weren't going out. They couldn't go out anyway. You had nightclubs and everything were closed. So when you was at home, it meant that, you know, publishers and developers were being brought in through the bucket loads. The problem is, though, once the lockdown restrictions lifted, guess what? People went out. And if they're out, they're not playing games. So if they're out, they're not buying games because they're not playing games. So the demand for games dropped. Sales dropped. And you've seen this on Sony, Nintendo, and even though they've had like a successful financial years in terms of sales, year on year, they're dropping in how much software is selling because they had a everything had a massive boom. You know, when you're looking at YouTube channels, they rocketed during COVID, except for my other channel. My other channel absolutely died and didn't do anything. But everyone else's channel rocketed like there was no tomorrow because COVID just meant everyone was watching more, playing more. Now that people are out and about and are not at home, well, that demand for that cycle is no longer there. There's no real push to get a game out in 1 year anymore. They can work on it for 2 years and get it out there because people aren't playing as much as they were before. And so what happens then is that if they start looking at that timeline and taking it from 1 year to 2 years, they don't need 300 members of staff working on it all at the same time. They only need 200 or maybe 180. They've actually got a surplus now because those people that were brought in during that COVID period because there was a massive demand and they needed to be able to supply. Now, the demand isn't there, so there is no need for the supply. So people are being offloaded. That's just the way it is.
This is my current frame of mind when it comes to the future of PlayStation, and specifically the rest of the PS5 generation, is that I hope they keep their eyes on the ball.
Hey,
I hope
Gibson,
they
thank you
keep
for the
making
sub.
big AAA releases that are fun, maybe some remakes, maybe some AA stuff, maybe a Bloodborne remaster, but they don't just chase that infinite cash cow. Sony has talked about the fact that they want to make as many live service games as possible, and to me this seems like a very bad move. I think that what will actually do them best is if they just keep making the games that have already been paying their bills. Uncharted, Horizon, God of War, like stick with what you know. I'm not saying don't experiment, I'm just saying don't chase that Game Pass money.
They are, Sully.
Because I think it's just a very different audience. But clearly Sony knows that. Their detrimental statements towards the current state of subscription models, clearly they're not going all in on that. PlayStation, I want to see them grow. And in the current climate, I'm curious what that's going to take. I mean, it's not like their games can become more expensive. It's not like their games could become even more huge. I don't know. Give us more Days Gone. Give us more incredibly unique awesomeness like Ghost of Tsushima. Go outside the box. But obviously don't break the box in the process. I don't know. These have just been some off-the-cuff thoughts thinking about this because it is interesting to consider the fact that PlayStation is something that makes subscription model money but isn't ever going to jump in with both feet the way that Microsoft has. But what do you guys think about this? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe.
Right, so there's so much here that he's saying that doesn't make sense, right? There is so much he's saying here that doesn't make sense. Live service games bring in a lot of money, right? Ghost of Tsushima is a one and done game. Once you're done with it, you don't go back to it. There's no microtransactions in there. There's nothing to keep you spending. What you want is a game that's going to constantly pour money in that will fund your other studios. That is why Jim Ryan was going for live service, because even, from the 20 that he wanted to make, chances are not even one of them would have actually been successful. But if one of them was successful, that would be their golden goose for a long time. And to turn around and say that they don't need it, I mean, clearly their single-player games aren't breaking even. Their single-player games aren't making enough money. Jim Ryan has said this multiple times, where the games just don't cover, the sales do not cover the costs. So they have a problem there. They have a real big problem. Right? That's their big problem right now. I don't know what I said, Chili, but you're welcome. But that is what is the real problem right now. It's not about whether those single players are great. Sure, they deliver the games that PlayStation fans want. They buy a PlayStation for those games. However, they're not making the money. They're not covering the costs. They're not delivering the revenue they need. What you want on the side is that Destiny, is that game that's going to funnel that money in from that live service through those microtransactions, and then that can then pour in and, cover the costs for your other games. And guess what? Once that happens and you've got maybe 1 or 2 live services under your belt that is really successful, pouring that money in, and you're making bank, as well as your, cinematic single player, walking simulators, you can also start to experiment. You can actually go and try and make another Gravity Rush, for example, because you can at that point afford to take those risks. Right now, Sony can't afford to take those risks. because they can't even recoup the money that they're making for their single players. Yeah, Chili, they have to do that. They have to. They really do. It's there's no two ways about it. They really need it. And you know, if Helldivers is successful, which is a big if, by the way, they didn't get off to the best start with the whole DRM thing. They had to get a dev come out and do a whole Reddit post to say, no, this isn't the way it is, and we're only adding DRM because we hate fun. Sony is heavily mismanaged, to be honest. I mean, at this point in time, I don't think Sony knows where it's going. I think, you know, one of the things that Cobra said at the time for Xbox in his long post during the whole third-party era is that Microsoft right now has too many cooks. And too many cooks means that there's no direction. And I think with Sony, you've got one person in there who is heavily mobile, who wants to take things in the direction of mobile quite heavily. You've got Jim, who's on his way out, so he doesn't really give a shit. You've got someone else in there who still wants to kind of maintain the status quo because the developers love him for it and keep the single player games. But then there's probably someone else in there that is scared to come out and say, or is saying that we need those live service games, and then they get booted or they get scapegoated like Connie Booth was. At the end of the day, there doesn't seem to be a direction for Sony right now. And that direction is, you know, it's painfully obvious. They hate Xbox, so facts don't really factor into an emotional response. No, yeah. 3,960,000,000 is what Hampus brings in yearly at the lowest. How can anyone think it isn't making money? Dude, listen to this, right? Listen to this. Okay. How much money does Call of Duty Mobile bring in a day? How much money does it bring in a day? Now, the figure that I have been told was from a few years ago, and the figure that I have been told that it's now quite a lot higher. So I'm going to give you the figure I'm going to tell you is from 2 years ago, but it is way higher now. You're very close, Devastator. 2 years ago, it was 7 million. So I suspect now it's probably somewhere in the region of about 12 million. Right? A day. Right? We're not talking a week or a month or a year. A day. They were making 7 million a day 2 years ago. Jose Rodriguez, thank you for the sub. That's insane, man. 7 million a day. That's more than, I mean, yeah, that's Genshin Impact money. And that's from Aspen Gold. But you know, that's crazy, right? 32 million a year, you'll be lucky, buddy. But I'm talking 7 million a day was what they were bringing in for Call of Duty Mobile. This is why Microsoft wanted Activision Blizzard, because they wanted King. That was their gateway into mobile without having to go themselves manually. You know, and they're going to be stinkers out there, right? They're going to release games that are complete duds. I mean, who's talking about that new Warcraft mobile game, Rumble? Anyone? I think it was like Dead on Arrival. So clearly that wasn't successful. But they're going to be pumping out mobile games left, right, and center because they want that Call of Duty mobile success. And they're going to get it with a few of them because that's how it works. And when they do, that's another 7 million per day. Candy Crush makes a lot of money as well, yeah? When ABK was announced, didn't they say there's more people on mobile who signed up to get Warzone on mobile? No, that is Sully. That is 100% correct. That is 100% correct. They actually did make the announcement. Dokkan Battle makes crazy money. I mean, you just have to look at the gacha games, right? They bring in so much money. You know, you look at these games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Tower of Fantasy. They release a character that's, you know, a waifu that's, you know, scantily clad, almost no clothing. Everyone's like, my wallet's empty, but my credit card loves you anyway. So at the end of the day, Microsoft, like when you're looking at it, Microsoft's got money coming in through Game Pass from all around the world. There are countries out there that can't afford consoles because of their high taxation. But you know what? They probably have a PC or, you know, a very mediocre tablet or something that can stream those games through Game Pass. They're making money through those people that they wouldn't be making money anyway. They're making, you know, money off PC through Steam. Even if it is 70%, they're still making that money. People are buying games on PC Game Pass. That's 100% profit. They're buying games on Xbox. That's 100% profit. They're buying games so they can play them on. They're buying a subscription service so they can go to GeForce Now, which is another subscription service, so they can play Game Pass games. That's money. And now they're going into mobile. It's even more money. They've got money coming in from every single angle. They don't need money. They, you know, when people say, "Oh, they're putting these games on these platforms because they need money," no, they don't need money. They really don't. If they're putting games onto other platforms, like Hi-Fi Rush, I guarantee you, it's literally because they believe that that game could be enjoyed by other people, and you know, obviously, it's going to make some money. There's still a monetary thing there, but they're not putting it on there because they desperately need money. They just see an opportunity and they want to take it because that game is no longer bringing in revenue for Xbox, you know, through the Xbox side of things. And, you know, it's not selling Game Pass anymore. I paid $12.99 for my Game Pass Ultimate. Isn't it $10.99 for the for Game Pass? I swear it was $10.99. Game Pass Ultimate cost. Well, that didn't work. How much is Game Pass? That's US. It is $12.99. I thought it was $11.99. I thought it was $11 or $12.99. PC Game Pass is $7.99. Ultimate is $12.99 for PC and Xbox, yeah, which is still a good service, but it's a couple quid more than I actually remember. I guess that was when they increased it by £2. I guess I didn't factor that in. But chat, that is going to be it for today. For those of you that actually saw this PETA stuff and couldn't believe it, neither could I. I'm still going to make a video on it tomorrow. I'm still going to shit on it, and I'm still going to laugh at it. And yeah, I hope you all will sit down and watch it, because it's going to be a good video. No, I'm looking at just pounds. Dollars, it's like $17.99, right? But seriously, guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. It was not a planned stream, but, you know, I think it was a nice stream. I'm hoping you guys had fun. You enjoyed it. We got some black borders going as well. Thankfully, no one bought me any stupid furry stuff on Steam, so I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to. So the plan for me right now, before everyone disperses, Tuesday to Friday is when I'm planning on doing my stream days. Saturday and Sunday, I do want to stream, but it's really, really hard for me because those are the days I spend with the family. So if I get pockets of time, I can do it. But Saturday and Sunday is really, really hard for me. But between Tuesday and Friday is when I want to stream. Tuesdays, as we've is like a major news day. Friday is like a news day. Wednesday and Thursdays are the days where I want to kind of have a mixture between putting some news out. We talk about some stuff. If it's, and you know, because we've just done the stuff on Tuesday, Wednesday should definitely be a lot lighter. So it's kind of going to be like a transition between a bit of news and then play some video games that you guys want to play or watch me play, or we can just like play some multiplayer games so we can have like a community thing where people from the chat can join in if the game, you know, if it's a game that we can all play. Whether it's Palworld or Fall Guys or Among Us or Lethal Company, whatever it is, right? Thursdays is the day that I want to kind of do some like stream the gaming over here. Might do a little bit of news at the beginning if there's anything worth talking about, and then do some gaming there as well. So Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'm kind of separating for that. So kind of like a hybrid. Friday is going to be a news day again. So Tuesday and Fridays will be block news. Wednesday and Thursdays, depending on how much news came out after Tuesday. Like today, there was a lot of news, and we're going over a lot of stuff that has happened. So it kind of elapsed over because I was actually planning on playing Palworld tonight. So that didn't work out. So hopefully tomorrow we can do that. But that's the plan. So thanks so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. As always, remain legend. Peace. I know, so I'm going to make sure I'm here for Wednesday for Gollum. No! You want to... I guess I'm going to watch you look silly. You're going to watch me look suffer like mental. I had a mental breakdown when I was playing Kong. A lot of people had fun watching that happen. It wasn't fun, I can tell you. What is your stream ID? This sounds very sus. This sounds very, very sus. This sounds really sus. What is my Steam ID? Let me just double check. I shouldn't do this. Better judgment of mine is saying don't do this. But that's that. Right, folks? Have a good night.